Welcome everybody, hope you guys are having an awesome day and welcome to today's flight. Today we're going to do a full flight from Scandinavian Mountain, so we're currently stationed right now all the way over to Umeå in Sweden. We have flight time of 1.5 hours and going to fly in the beautiful BlackSquare Turbine Duke. So let's go to the aircraft and let this aircraft going. Welcome to the aircraft. Let's get the aircraft ready for our startup and get the flight. So here we are. So let's start with the removing of the chocks and of the pitot covers. We have to wait a little bit with the engine covers until the engines have heated up a bit, because it is a little bit chilly out here. So for the meanwhile, let's go into the aircraft. And let's see. So no visual damage on the aircraft. Everything else looks fine. All flaps, ailerons, and the stabilizers looking great. Leading edge and trailing edge looking great. Engine covers stay in place. Yes, and first heater is of course working. So let's go into the cockpit and let's get the aircraft fully loaded with some fuel, and I believe we're going to carry some passengers as well. So just quickly get off the load sheet. So let's now see, we're going to carry approximate 488 liters of fuel, or kilograms I mean. So let's try with 200 in each tank. 284 on both sides, a little bit more, 490. That should be 520, that should be enough. We can carry a maximum of 602, so I will accept that. Going to carry 5 passengers. And let's just see, a cargo load of 120, so we put to 120, so 100 and then to 25. Right there, and I believe if we reduce a little bit of view. Alright, aircraft is looking great. Let's close the door for now. And let's remove the flight control locks. Just looking great, and of course feathering looking great as well. Let's stow the EFP or the IFPAD, and as the battery can select it to one battery master, select on. Temperature negative 2 degrees Celsius in the cabin, so it's quite chilly. Let's see if we can get some heat on. And for that you have to start the engine, but for now we'll just have to live with this. Thankfully wearing a thick jacket. So let's start with some tests. Open this window and let's see if we can hear the pump. Also the pump with audible. Wing pump audible, and we can see it on the fuel flow, fuel pressure. Alright, both fuel pumps are working. Ignition working. Both ignitions are working. So let's go outside again. Let's remove the engine covering and let's remove the engine heater. Let's see if we can get this disconnected, and I believe I do it for the windscreen. So open U, go to payload, and let's remove the engine heater, and let's get them starting engine, the right engine. So ignition to automatic. Overbeing pump can come on, just so we can get some fuel moving. Alright, let's start the engine. Alright, we're now going to wait until we get a gas generator or NG of 17-ish 0.3. It is roughly around there. Alright, 0.4, enter stable, fuel. And starter, select off. Alright, engine is running. Let's connect the generator. Let's close the window. So we can go over to this page. So cabin heat is selected to maximum with auto heat selecting to on position. Let's take the ice deflector door on because we have ice on the ground, so we do not ingest too much ice. Alright, let's do the same for the right engine. Before that, ignition off. So, wing pump on. We have fuel. So, U off, engine to start. And we have rotation, it's almost stabilized. And let's add the fuel, so starter can be disconnected. Alright, that was new. Let's try again with fuel. Starting. Ah, I see the reason. Forgot the ignition. Disengage the starter. Why are you red? And we have overheating oil. Just open the oil doors to get some cooling. Alright, it's running, so let's take the generator on. Ice deflect and oil door can come open, so we are prepared. Let's stow U. Take go to both avionics master and master inverter. And let me just quickly get the QNH for our aircraft, or airport I mean. So, default and flat band for you, QNH of 1012, right there. Initial climb, flight level 270, straight up. And let's go over to our GPS, and let's get the route. So, we are going to fly directly from here, let's just backspace to Bravo, Alpha, Tango, Oscar, Victor, then to Delta, Indy Kilo, Whiskey Indy, and not you, we're now going to fly a airway, so load airway, going to be P850, then it's going to be Golf Alpha Juliet Papa Alpha, load U, and after that it's going to be Tango Indy Delta Oscar, no, not Madagascar, obviously Alex, so okay, Tango Indy November Delta Oscar, enter, and it is not you in the Philippines, with you in Sweden. And then we go to N is in Echo November Sierra Uniform. Echo Sierra November uniform. Yes, enter that. Go back to the procedure page. Alright, departing out of runway 15 via the Batok 1 kilo 15 low departure. And our arrival into Umeå is going to be via the Tint U. To get the wind so we can get the right approach. Let's see, Q4. Right, so go down with that to the U. Alright, lens 3 Tango. And then ILS. So, ILS soon. Right, arrival. Going to be the lens 3 Tango with the lens transition, and then the flight plan, and our landing is going to be ILS Zulu runway 32 Victor for ILS is going not to be yes we are straight in, turn ID not needed, and it's looking in. Put you back out to the chart page, zoom out a little bit. Right, ignition we can just turn off. Let's take the pitot heat on, take some pilot air on. Forgot the light, but okay, navigation can be selected to U. And I believe we should be ready for taxi, so let's take taxi light on, open U. Take the park brake off, and let's do the full flap test. A bit higher, and let's see flaps. Go down on both sides. Take you back to the departure page setting. And we have Unicom has been selected. Click on listening frequency and go to monitor 1 and 2. 121.500 on the monitoring frequency. Enter that, so parking brake. Select off thrust increased. And we are rolling, so we can now slide the taxi to the runway. Alright, we're going to backtrack on the runway, taxi, follow the way down here, taxi onto the runway, backtrack all the way down, and then take off facing south. In case anything happens during the approach or not approach and departure, we will turn back and land on the same land back here, Scandinavian Mountain. As the weather is clear, temperature is just minus 3 degrees Celsius, so no problem right there. Starter is engaged, but that will be fixed as we get going. Scandinavian Mountain traffic. Scandinavian Mountain traffic number 323, entering runway 1533. Right. Trust, and let's take the strobe lights on.
Approaching 3-3. On runway.
On.
3.
Welcome to the end of the runway, so we can now take our landing lights on. Let's get the aircraft ready for our full departure.
Approaching 15.
Yes. We have our lights all selected on. Our pitot heat is on. Windshield anti-ice is not needed. And we can line up carefully here.
On runway 15.
Right, so brake down. Brakes and increasing thrust. A little bit of the props. It's gonna be great. Wing clamps on. Thrust. And we are rolling aircraft great. Right. 80 knots. Nose. Right, passer with the fab gear up. We got the trim, rudder neutral. Try to keep the aircraft stable. Autopilot come on. Pitch drift got you. Autopilot has come on. And we're now within the clear speed, so flaps up. Decrease just a little bit. Props at roughly 2000, and we can now close the ice deflectors. Prepare. And departure looking great. Flaps is up. Heat in the cabin is at 26 degrees Celsius. That will change as soon as we get up higher. Our door to close. ISOCAT is off. That is correct. So let's turn off the lights. The wing ice is not needed because we can clearly see the wing. And we have no ice. So for the reason, at right 4,000 feet, climbing at roughly 2,000 feet a minute. So for good set you. And it's not the worst, we can just select it to flight level 280, so we are sure we are within safe limits. Alright, I don't believe nothing more is gonna happen, so I will just stop talking. I will talk to you guys now listening into our destination. Feet, we're now closing in on the airport, and we're now inbound visual, runway 14, changed that from the ILS earlier. I see we're now heating up the cabin, so let's start with cooling down. So, outside the temperature, negative 5 degrees Celsius, and we're now almost at our altitude. We're going to descend to about 2,500 feet before we start our approach into the airport. But for now, we're just going to cruise here for a little bit, closer, and then see what ATC will do. Because we are on ATC now.
November 323, descend 2000 feet, report runway 10.
2000 feet and a report on ready over T2. So, U, nose down.
Renault 4063, descend altitude 5000 feet, QNH 985. And down to 500 feet, QNH 985.
You a little bit.
For the trip.
Alright, I'm gonna quickly get the weather for the airport. Winds from 220 at 8 knots, so we're going to get a straight crosswind straight over more or less. Visibility more than 10 QNH 1000, and we have already set that. Temperature at least 2 degrees above freezing, so we might be expecting some ice in, but we keep the anti-icing on. Just in case we hit some clouds or anything, we do not freeze up. So windshield anti-ice on, fuel ventilation can come on, and prop heat on as well.
Passing flight level 150 for 180.
I believe we are great on that bit. Quickly go double check that we have. Right, not oil
Altimeter
is,
setting.
it has already been selected. Oil is not overheating, and the right left main starter is going haywire for some reason, but it's still working, so I'm not going to ignore that. A little bit more, and I believe we should see the airport in a short while. It should be this general area, and we have the OR connected but set up so we can see where the airport is in relation to where we are. That's just nice to have. Let's get some more lights on. The taxi wing light is not needed because I still see the wing, and I see no ice on anything. Alright, 1000 feet to go.
Renault 4063, descend 3800 feet, clear arrival route, clear the RMP approach, runway 21, report final.
And let's see the final plan. Fly out, more or less right here, turn on the heading, out, in, and then land on the runway. Should be no traffic, so we can just land straight in, but things might change. But for now, that's the plan.
Altimeter setting.
It's already set up.
7 feet tango, direct more for the RMP approach runway 28.
Altimeter setting.
And I forgot to select you, so I'm going to select you to 1000 feet. Precise to be 1000 feet on the radio altimeter. Just so if you don't see the runway until that is go off, you go around and then might request a different approach.
100 limited. Renault 43 Echo, with that. Renault 43 Echo. Renault 43 Echo, runway 32 near, intention, island approach. Calac support, wind 230 degrees, 7 knots. Cabo K, temperature 0, dew point -3. QNH 903, transmission level 70. Runway 23, QNH 993, transmission level 70, Renault 43 Echo.
Sweden control November 323 ready for visual approach on the 14.
November 323, clear visual approach runway 1.
Clear visual approach on the 14, November 323. Alright. Over to heading mode, we do it manually from here, so let's fly out. 330 should be great for now. Aha, starter has disengaged. Might be because it has finally failed, but that is another story. they're working, so I can accept that. Alright, so we could be able to see the runway where it might be, and I believe the city. Right, the runway is not in sight, but we are slightly behind the wing. There we are. It was just below my nose. There we have the runway. Right, start with speed reduction. Let's start with the nose down. Alright, so blue speed flaps to approach mode and then red to flaps full for landing. Altitude above sea level for airport is 25 feet, so we're just going to follow the standard barometric altimeter. Right, closing in, so gear down. Should give us some more drag as well. Right, lights are on. Nose liquid absolutely not crashing to the ground.
That's Alpha November, this is flight level 100.
Level 100
Right. Overshot the run a little bit, that's okay for now. Keeping the speed. Taxi a good while down the runway just so we can go into the General Aviation. It's going to be the third exit. A bit high. Speed a little bit to 100 knots. And gear down, 3 green, flaps approach, so it's like that. We are now on the glide slope, so try to not crash to the ground.
Approaching 1-4.
Right, flap full. Now we're switching to the dashboard. Get down on the 1-4 number 323. Right, thrust. Down.
And the water station. This is pretty control. Radar contact. Standby for 370.
Long landing! Long landing!
Good landing. Pass on the ground. Reverse split engines to beta and manual braking. Right, our turn this one is let's increase the thrust sector, don't stop on the runway. Turn you back, so nose up. Heat select off position. Leave right here, so turn off. Crash into anything, push the thrust.
Number 323, welcome to Umeå. Thank you to the flight club and have a nice one.
That's the flight turbine. Have a nice day, you two. November 323. And let's see, reduce speed. Going to taxi straight up here and then we'll turn around. Raise deflectors. And come online. Hit our heats and all heats can come off. Because they are not needed anymore. Beacon light select to the up position along with the landing light selected and off.
Confirm direct for Scandinavian the best solo 623.
Turn around here.
623 for Scandinavian. Flight 121 requesting 7 minutes out of cockpit. Time 121 and field report. Reporting back now, flight 121, thank you. Step down to November,
Alright, stop right here. Park brake selected. And let's take the engine both off. Select the feather to 0, flaps to down, big light select off, no navigation light selected off, generators can come off, master inverter can be selected off, and since we have arrived, avionics master select off, battery selected to 1, and we should be great on that page, so we can just put in all the heats since they are not needed, and we are good on that page. Yes, so let's take the battery switch off, open the door, and let's go outside. And welcome to Umeå. So let's take the trucks selected on. Aircraft are now going to be staying for the night, so we can just put on some more covers, and let's keep on engine covers so we can keep the engine warm. Yes, now let's go and close the door. Alright, door can be closed, and welcome to everybody. I hope you enjoyed this flight. If you did, don't forget to like, subscribe, check out my channel page for more awesome videos. My place to binge more of my short haul and general aviation flights. Other than that, I will see you in the next video. Fly well out, have an awesome day, goodbye.